Hello, everyone. It's channel update time, Existential Crisis Edition, with me, Get Dave Dio. In this month, we wrapped up 20XDX, Sorcerer King Rivals, Into the Breach, and Northgard. I think probably will have just happened by the time you see this. So, hammer through a lot of short stuff. But I've actually been a little bummed out the last couple of days. And if you've seen Good Will Hunting, there's like a scene where Robin Williams, the late Robin Williams, is like, commenting on like, hey, you said something that upset me, because Matt Damon insults his picture, his painting. Anyway, I had a moment like that with a comment, and I'll put it up here and anonymize the person's name and where it came from and everything, but it kind of stung because it was right. Basically, the channel views have been going down for a little bit, and I don't like talking about this, but it was like upsetting me, so, and I didn't want it to, but it did. So I thought I might as well share it with you guys because I'm going to go over some of what I was thinking about and some of the conclusions I came to. Some metrics are good, like comments are up and likes are steady and dislikes are steady, and they're actually a positive indicator. I mean, you don't want dislikes, but I mean, it tends to be a relative indicator of volume. So those are pretty good. The Patreon is relatively steady, but I mean, yeah, the views were going down, and so it's kind of like tricky because then it's like, okay, well, am I doing something wrong? Is Let's Playing / YouTube like still relevant, or is it like Twitch and streaming taking over, and should I get more into that? And there's some other things too where it's like I've tried not to whore out the channel, for lack of a better term, doing nothing but like PUBG and Fortnite highlight videos and face cam with dyeing the fringe of my hair a weird color and shouting a lot. Like, I've tried not to do it, I don't believe in it, I'd rather be like Bob Ross. I'd rather put you to sleep, and if I do that, that is a huge favor. So yeah, that's like what I've been trying to do, but yeah, it's true, stuff was going down, and then I started reflecting like, well, I don't think the stuff I've been doing the last little bit has been as good. I had like a super stressful 2017, and I do think it kind of crept in a little bit, but I still like, want to turn it around and everything, and I enjoy doing the channel, and practically speaking too, I mean, like a big thing floating in the back of my head, the back of my head all the time is that, like, when I'm done the game, like having a channel is going to be like a way to hopefully help it succeed a little bit. Like, I don't think it's going to become the next Undertale, or like Hollow Knight, which is coming, or possibly has already arrived, but it could help. So I'm trying to like think about those practical things too. And basically what happened is I looked into the metrics, and if you guys have any light you want to shed on the situation, do so. And I looked seriously at the metrics, not just like, what was my most popular video, but like, what are the actual trends? And basically, it's a line slowly curving downwards for like the last 7 years, with the catch that every once in a while there's a huge spike, and it resets the top baseline, and then it starts another slow slide. And those huge spikes are basically big games. Every once in a while, it's like an old game that had an audience that wasn't really being serviced. So in my case, like, it was the Galactic Civilizations 2 Let's Play, like the very first one I put out. I didn't think anyone would watch, but as it turned out, it was like, yeah, that was the one that got my channel going, basically, a long time ago. And then, other spikes for other things. So like the last one was Breath of the Wild, and then before that, XCOM 2, and before that, like, just big releases. And I also felt convicted because I have basically been penny pinching too hard, like trying to be really frugal and responsible and like all that stuff, and have cheaped out on a lot of stuff, and I've had the mindset of like, oh, I'll just wait till I can get it on sale. Like Nier Automata I've wanted to do, and I haven't gotten around to it, and now it's like an old game. It's like a year old, and I've been waiting, and the moments passed me by, even when it was like half off, and I was like, maybe I can get it for $75. I was reflecting on those things, looking at the patterns, and like, when you get views, it's because people like what you're doing, like people are watching it. So I'm trying to consider that stuff. Anyway, all that's what's been going through my head and what I've been reflecting on. So the plan is, oh, and one other thing. I basically also felt really bad because 2017 was like one of the great years of video gaming. And I passed up on a lot of stuff. Like Nier and Civ 6 came out, and I'm not going to go into all of it, but I basically only did Breath of the Wild and no other big games from that year, and I'm kicking myself now for it. But yeah, the plan is to not cheap out, because to say that like I'm going more mainstream would be a little misleading, but I have been putting off doing them when they're at maximum relevancy and waiting for like 2 years to get to a game, because I finally got it for half off, and it's like I should not have been doing that. And anyway, that's some of what I've been thinking about, unless it's all my fault or something, which is entirely possible. So I'm just going to try to do better, basically. And yeah, if you have anything you think about it, send me the hard messages, or if it's too hurtful, send a private message to save me the embarrassment. But that's the plan there. And coming up on the horizon is going to be a little bit of Hollow Knight, just a little bit, because that game's really long and I don't know if I'm going to do the whole thing yet. And then I got an email from someone at Stardock being like, hey, we're releasing new Galactic Civilizations 3 stuff. Do you want to put out a video? And secretly I'm thinking, like, you're going to give me money? It sounds like you're trying to buy me off. But it was just like, this is when the review embargo lifts and you can have some free keys. And then I was like, I have a gold Founders Edition. I don't need your keys. Anyway, that's going to be coming up. So I was like, if they'd sent that email to me a month ago, I would have said no. But despite being a bug-filled mess, Sorcerer King's Rivals really did impress me as a game. Not as like a feat of programming, but the game and the rules that governed it were really good. So I kind of have a little bit more time for them. So we'll see if Galactic Civ 3, the catch with Gal Civ 3 is also with 2. Vanilla 2 was better than Vanilla 3 for Galactic Civilizations, but 2 really figured it out and really fell into place with the 3rd expansion pack. With Gal Civ 3, Mercenaries came out and was basically useless. I think that's fair to say. I think it added pretty much nothing. Like, I know technically it added some things, but I don't know. That's like if you're going to an ice cream restaurant and they're like, we also have bratwurst. And you're like, okay, but this is Dairy Queen, so I'm probably just going to get the dairy. I've heard Crusade, the expansion pack I skipped, was good, and Intrigue is the new one, and apparently it adds a lot. And so they only asked, so that'll be coming down the pipeline soon. We'll see. We'll see if Stardock redeems themselves. And then if you want anything else beyond that, like, you tell me what your opinions are. In other news, I started a video game company called Reclamation Games, and I'm working on a video game. So I've started the process of just telling you what's going on. So exciting things coming up. Well, we'll do last month first. I finished, I think, 132 story points, which is pretty good. And one of the tasks I added for myself, I was working out of Excel for like project management. And I knew I shouldn't be doing that, but I was like, it's too expensive for the software I wanted. And then I double checked, because what I like to use is for managing stuff is software called Jira, which is pretty common. 30 million people use it. And it's like this big monolithic tool that can do a lot of things, and it's kind of hard to get into. But if you know it, and I know it a bit, then it's really powerful. So it just tracks to-do lists and everything. But I thought it was going to be too expensive to do, and then I checked, and it was $10 one time. Now, that's because I'm hosting it on my own local servers. Yeah, I have a server in my house, no big deal. So I spent $10 and greatly improved my life. So we've got good graphs and everything. I'm not going to show you the graph for this past sprint because I started it on like March 21st and it's a Frankenstein graph. But maybe next month I'll show you and explain with the patterns and what stuff means. But I'll share a burn down chart with you. Anyways, so that was kind of cool. If you're really into charts, I just talked about like project management a couple of weeks ago. So I thought I'd throw it in again for people who really like crunching numbers. You have to, if you want to do development, basically, even if you hate that sort of thing, just it helps you stay on task and work on the things that are actually most important, because it's very easy to get lost, would be the short version of it, and not really understand like if what you're doing is advancing the goal. And it seems weird, but it's pretty easy to code in circles. That happened. Other stuff, it was mostly a bug fixing sprint, so like I don't really have anything else sexy I can tell you about. I fixed almost every known bug. There's 3 left in the entire game, and then 2 others that I just introduced. The plan is just moving towards that vertical slice, getting like the demoable area done really quickly. And then the exciting bit is the first segment of recording, music recording, is scheduled to happen this month. That could be pretty cool. I'm nervous. But yeah, musicians are going to the recording studio. Actually, just one. It's only going to be songs that are piano solos this early in the game, because the idea was basically we'll do that to like get acquainted with the space and like the setup and the process and everything. So the music at the end of the video will be pretty swanky next month, I hope. Or we'll be waiting for files to be delivered to us. I don't know. Could go either way. So sorry that this video has gone on so long, but yeah, let me know if you have anything to add to the stuff I was talking about at the beginning of the video, or if you're like, no, Dave, you're just way less entertaining, or it was too entertaining when Mrs. Get Daved was there and you need to have more. Like, just you let me know your thoughts if you have anything on that, or games you want to see me do. I also might put out some of those like polls that are starting to appear in like people's feeds. I might do one of those if there's like a toss up between games to Let's Play. Anyway, let me know. Because I want to know what I can do to make the channel better, basically, because I have no idea a lot of the time. And don't just tell me to like do what I want. Like I'm assuming that that's always plan A. Just let me know if there should be like a plan A+1. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, you can do so just by watching the videos, or by giving me your wisdom in the comments section, or by supporting me on Patreon, which is a website where you can give financial support to artists you want to help out. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next Let's Play.